This is Dr. Lakshmi Narasimhacharilu, Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today, I would like to discuss about the resonance circuits. So, in the previous class, what is the series resonance circuit and what is a parallel resonance circuit? How we discussed about that the parameters, like you say that the frequency, resonant frequency, and how you are going to derive the equation, and what is the impedance, and what are the conditions of the resonance. Everything we discussed in the previous lecture. Now we are going to talk about the selectivity, sensitivity, and the fidelity of the resonance circuits. So here first, basically, what is the series resonant and parallel resonant circuits? So now used to take generally these the contents we are going to express in this deliver in this lecture. So here series resonance, parallel resonance, and what are the important parameters like resonant frequency and the half power frequency, and that means the lower and upper, that means omega 1 and omega 2 respectively, and the bandwidth and the quality factor, and what are the applications of the resonance circuits. These topics we are going to deliver in this lecture. So now we know what is the resonance, already know that it is the condition RLC circuit in which the capacitive reactance and the inductive reactance are both equal, that means the XL equal to XC. So that means they resulting in a purely resistive impedance is providing. So there is a condition, resonance condition for the series resonance circuits. The resonance circuits are basically used for the constructing a filter circuits, basically, right, in many applications. Like already know that the filter circuits, the band pass filter, band stop filter, like band rejection, whatever it may be. So these type of filters we need to construct by using of the resonance circuits. So these applications also we need to discuss in this lecture. So now we are going to talk about the this is the series resonance circuit, what the circuit elements in the series resonance is in the R, L and C. But here we indicating the actual what are the resistance and reactance components in the elements, like pure resistance R indicates, and J omega L, which is the reactance of the inductance, which is the including the component of frequency. So therefore the J omega L, where omega is the 2 pi f generally, there is angular frequency, because these two elements are, I mean the inductance and capacitance both are linked up with the frequency variations. So therefore here the reactance of the capacitance, which is also taken to the account of frequency. So here the 1 by j omega c is the reactance part of the capacitor. So here you say the total impedance, which is indicated Z equal to R plus j omega L plus 1 by j omega c. This is the total impedance of the circuit in a series. So now you used to take the applied voltage, which is indicated by Vs, which is equal to the Vm angle of theta. So the current flows through it is I. So therefore voltage drop across R is indicated by the Vr, and voltage drop across inductance, which is indicated by VL, and voltage drop across the capacitance, which is indicated by Vc. So this is about the series resonance circuit. So here at resonance condition, at resonance the impedance consists of only a resistive component, because the resonance condition is the reactances of both inductance and capacitance both are equal. So therefore XL equal to XC in this connection. So the total impedance equal to R plus J XL minus JXC. So therefore both will be equal. So therefore both will be cancelled, XL and XC, and only a resistive component is remains. So that means the total impedance, which is equal to the pure resistor in series resonance circuit. The value of the current will maximum, because already you know that the impedance versus the current relations. So therefore when the impedance is minimum, then current is maximum, and vice versa. So therefore the value of a current will be maximum, since the total impedance is minimum here. So the voltage and the current are in phase. So here the maximum power occurs at a resonance, since the power factor must be unity. If the power factor comes to unity, then the maximum resonance will occur. This is the condition for the resonance circuits. So now we used to take general the series resonance circuit. What are the circuit elements in the circuit? The RLC. So here already I explained what is RLC and what are the reactances and what is the pure resistance and all. So therefore the total impedance of the series RLC circuit, which is indicated with Z total, is equivalent to the R plus JXL minus JXC, like that. J is common here. So therefore the Z total, which is equivalent to the R plus J into of XL minus XC. So what is XL and XC? These two are the both are the reactive components of the what is the inductance and capacitance respectively. So therefore while both are equal, then both will be cancelled and the total impedance will be equivalent to the pure resistance. And at this moment the maximum current will flow through the circuit, which is indicated by Im. That is the ratio of the voltage to the total impedance. So therefore Vs by Z total, which is indicated here, instead of Z total you say that R pure resistance. So therefore the ratio of the voltage to the pure resistance, which gives the maximum current in the circuit. This is the concept of the series resonant circuit, right? So now used to take generally what is the parameters we need to discuss is the resonant frequency. So therefore the resonant frequency is the frequency where the condition of a resonance occurs. That means the condition of resonance means XL equal to XC condition. So already I derived in the previous lecture this one. Even once again I will reveal this, the XL equal to XC. In this connection XL means omega L and XC means 1 by omega C. So therefore you may take the equating both, the omega naught square is equivalent to the 1 by LC. If you will take omega is equal to what? 2 pi f. Then you will apply the 2 pi f in a left side. So therefore the 2 pi f whole square is equivalent to the 1 by LC. So therefore what is the 2 pi f is there? 2 pi f is equal to 1 by LC, 1 by root LC. Therefore f is equal to the 1 by 2 pi root LC heads. This is the resonant frequency of the series resonant circuit. So now this is the also known the center frequency, say that this is the resonant frequency, which is indicated by F0 or F or whatever it may be. And now we are going to talk about the half power frequency. Half power frequency means we will take the at the upper 3 dB and the lower 3 dB points, which is indicates the F2 and F1 respectively, generally half power points, that is. So therefore the half power frequency is the frequency when the magnitude of the maximum voltage or output voltage or current is decreased by its a factor of 1 by root 2. That means RMS of the maximum value, 1 by root 2 of the maximum value, which indicates the half power points. You say that lower 3 dB and upper 3 dB. So those are the cutoff frequencies, you say that, right? So according to that, the omega L, which is indicated by the minus R by 2L plus of under root over R plus 2L, R by 2L whole square plus 1 by LC. If you will take a upper frequency, which is in a positive sign, so therefore R by 2L plus under root over R by 2L whole square plus 1 by LC. So these omega 1 and omega 2 are the upper and lower and upper 3 dB frequencies, which is indicated here, which is in sense of the all elements are LC in the relation with the frequencies. So now the bandwidth, which is indicated bandwidth, is a beta here. So therefore is defined as the difference between the two half power frequencies. This is the beta. So here the width of the response curve, which is determined by the bandwidth, which is equivalent to the difference of the upper 3 dB to the lower 3 dB points frequencies. That means the omega C2 and the omega C1. So therefore beta is equal to omega C2 minus omega C1 radians per second. This is called the bandwidth, which is equivalent to the R by L. So this is about the bandwidth of the series resonant circuit. Now the resonant curve response, how? Already we talk about always selectivity bandwidth, like this. But you may understand what is the selectivity, what is the bandwidth here. If you observe that at the upper and lower 3 dB points, the bandwidths will be the omega 2 and omega 1 respectively. So therefore whatever the width in between the omega 1 and omega 2 is called the bandwidth. And at the center frequency or the resonant frequency, the maximum selectivity is attained, which is at the Vm by R. So therefore maximum current will flow through that. If you will take, this is the resonant current response curve of the series resonant circuit with respect to the frequency. So now you observe that the maximum selectivity is there. At that point the bandwidth is very low. If you will coming to that, the lower selectivity points, the bandwidth is more, you say that, which is observed. Now you used to take the voltage response. You say that the voltage response of this, the voltage to the frequency response here, the Im into R, which is the maximum at like this, and the 0.707 in Vm, you say that is the Im into R, V instead of V, you say that. So therefore here also same, the bandwidth versus the voltage response of the response curve of the series resonant circuit. Now used to take a quality factor. Once you found all these, the bandwidth already know that now you are going to take the selectivity or the quality factor. You say that the ratio of the resonant frequency to the bandwidth, already I told, f naught by bandwidth, or you say the omega naught by bandwidth. So therefore the Q is equivalent to the omega naught by bandwidth, which is equal to the omega naught L by R. Already we derived this equation in the previous lecture. The selectivity of the series resonant circuit, which is the Q is equal to the omega naught, which is equivalent to the omega naught L by R. So therefore here you say that the sharpness of the response of a curve could be measured in the quality factor, which is indicated by the Q, or you say that this is nothing but selectivity in another name. So now you used to take the selectivity is always inversely proportional to the bandwidth, inversely proportional to the resistance. So therefore here just you take the three selective responses, you say that the quality factor, it is to the high Q the circuit when the quality factor is equivalent to the greater than 10. So equal or greater than 10 the quality factor, then the high Q circuit is there. The half power frequencies are for all practical purposes symmetrical around the resonant frequency, and can be approximated by, you say that the omega 1, which is equivalent to the omega naught minus bandwidth by 2, or you say that omega 2 is equal to omega naught plus bandwidth by 2. That means you say that bandwidth is equal to omega 2 minus omega 1. Once you found the bandwidth, and with reference to the resonant frequency, you have to find the lower and upper frequencies, that is omega 1 and omega 2, by using of these two formulas like omega naught minus beta by 2 and omega naught plus beta by 2 respectively, right, for the lower and upper. Now this is about the selectivity and the relation between the selectivity and the bandwidth. You say that and you say that this is the curve. For understanding purpose, you say that used to take this the bandwidth curves. You say that here B1, B2, B3, and you say that the selectivity curves Q1, Q2, Q3. By observing this curve, you say that the Q3 is a maximum, then the Q2 is maximum, than the Q1. And similarly used to take for the bandwidth, which is a reciprocal. That means you say reverse order. You say that if you coming to the B1, bandwidth is a maximum, B2 somewhat B1 is greater than B2 is greater than B3, but here Q3 is greater than Q2 is greater than Q1 in sense of the selectivity, the amplitudes. And if you take a bandwidth is quite reverse. That's why we say that quality factor is inversely proportional to the bandwidth. So higher value of a Q, smaller the value of the bandwidth, and higher the selectivity. Q or selectivity both are same here. Lower value of the Q, you say that the lower the selectivity and the large bandwidth is there, right? So by using of this graph, you have to understand the both the quality factor and the bandwidth both will be inversely proportional to each other, right? If the Q is maximum, bandwidth is minimum, and Q is minimum, bandwidth is maximum. This is about the series resonant circuit quality factor and the bandwidth the curves. Already hope to understand everyone. So now the maximum power dissipation here. So how you are going to take the maximum power dissipation? The average power dissipation of the RLC circuit, you say that average means half into of I square R, generally you say that. So that is the average power dissipation of the RLC circuit. By the RLC circuit, the P of omega naught, which is equal to the half into I square R. Maximum power dissipation at the resonance curve, the resonance where you say that the minimum resistance will be there. So therefore the current I is equal to Vm by R. So therefore thus the maximum power dissipation, which is the P of omega naught, which is equal to half into of Vm square by R. This is the maximum power dissipation will be occurs at the series resonant circuit. So now used to take generally the power dissipation at the omega 1 and omega 2, you say that at a certain frequencies omega 1 and omega 2, omega is equal to omega 1 and omega 2, the dissipation factor is half of the maximum power. So therefore the P of the omega 1 is equal to P of omega 2, which is equal to half into half whatever the power is there. Already we know that Vm by root 2 whole square by r, which is equal to Vm square by 4r. So hence the omega 1 and omega 2 are called the half power frequency points, right? So therefore maximum power should be transferred generally. This is the case. So here you used to take generally Vm square by 4r. So now you used to take r is equal to 2. This is example problem. Just to have to do this the practice generally. So here the resonant frequency calculation, you need to calculate the resonant frequency, half power frequency, bandwidth and the amplitude of the current at omega naught, omega 1, omega 2. Whatever we discussed about the series resonance circuit, you have to use that formulas and you have to calculate whatever the parameters they required. So now you know what is the parameters given in the resistance 2 ohms and the inductance 1 millihenry and the capacitance 0.4 microfarads, and you need to find the all parameters like resonant frequency, half power frequency, bandwidth and the amplitude of the currents. Just will take, this is the 20 sin omega t is the applied voltage, you say that Vs or V you say that. So RLC already know that, just we have to go through the formulas and apply that. A series connected at 4 ohms and 25 millihenries, calculate the value of C. This is also one more practice problem. So here just to observe that by using of this circuit, you may calculate the resonant frequency. Resonant frequency F is equal to 1 by root LC, already know that 1 by 2 pi root LC. Already know L, this is the 1 into 10 power minus 3 and this is a 0.4 into 10 power minus 6. 1 by 2 pi into half root over 10 power minus 3 into 0.4 into 10 power minus 6. So therefore used to take 4 into 10 power minus 10. So therefore 1 by 2 pi 2 into 10 power minus 5, 10 power minus 5 should be shift to the numerator side, and you will get the 10 power 5 by 2 pi into 2, that means the 4 pi. So again 10 power 5 by 4 pi. What is the answer? That is the resonant frequency. So used to take generally, this is about to find the resonant frequency, and you have to find the half power frequencies, that means omega 1 and omega 2. Just to go through this half power frequency,